Hey everybody, I'm Javon Rogers. Welcome back to Dog Talk, and I'm here with
Coach Norman Williams.
yes sir, Coach. We had a big win last night against one of our rivals, Calera High School. Coming off that win, how do you think your team improved? Um, how do you think your team improved overall by winning that game?
I think going into a hostile environment like that, and I would say for 3 quarters, I think we performed pretty well. We kind of gave up. I think we gave up 22 or 24 points in the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, I mean, well, luckily for us, it didn't hurt us because we had a pretty good lead. But we've got to be able to make sure that we maintain our defense, maintain our discipline, because giving up 22 points in 1 quarter could really hurt you sooner or later. And I told the first time I came to Dog Talk, my main goal is just to focus a lot on defense. As long as you defend, we're going to always have a chance. But overall, in a hostile environment, I think we played very well. I could critique and say some things here and there, but I think the guys really came together and played well and played good as a team.
Going on a hostile environment, like yesterday, how do you think the team handled that overall, and how did it affect you guys' performance?
Well, playing a rival game, the guys sometimes they get a little bit too hype. They tend to let the crowd kind of get to them, and I think they handled it real well. I mean, actually, a couple of the refs told me it was a couple of situations that could have got out of control, but the guys handled the situation real well, and now I'm very proud of them from that standpoint. The good thing is this is a more of a veteran team instead of a young team. A young team in a hostile environment like that, I think the situation would have been totally different. I'm not saying that we wouldn't have won, but I think it would have been I would have had to coach a lot harder if it was a younger team. But with this being a more of a veteran team and them guys playing in this rivalry for the past couple of years, I think they kind of knew what they were going into, and I think they matured, man. I mean, they played. I mean, they handled themselves very well. Even during the tough situations, they still kind of calmed down and understood what it took for us to win that game.
Okay. To go off that, would you say the hostile environment was the most challenging thing to overcome, or was it something like team internally that you guys do instead of the other team?
I would say it's a little bit of both. When you're in a hostile environment and someone like myself that likes to look and see what kind of defense they're running and like to yell and kind of make some offensive changes, some defensive changes, but they can't really hear you, especially on the other end of the court with the crowd so kind of rowdy, that it kind of hurts us as a team because we're still familiar, still trying to get familiar with each other. I've only been here 4 months. I've only had my guys now for maybe 5 weeks. So we still not where we should be. I think we're going to continue to keep getting better, but until we have that familiarity and they understand as a team what it is, how to recognize defenses, how to make adjustments and things of that nature. Why I don't have to say it. That environment kind of hurts because, like I said, I can't communicate the way I really want to. But although I didn't get a chance to maybe communicate some things, I think they still did a good job of just being patient and running things that once they saw the defense, that they kind of knew what it is that I would want for them to run.
Okay, that's good. Anything that was like, I guess I can say like bad in the very beginning of the season that you've seen improved, like even to like the slightest bit.
Well, I would say that the guys are buying into the philosophy of, like I said, defense. I mean, I stress it, I stress it, and even though we gave up, I think 56 points, I think yesterday. Like I said, 22 came in the fourth quarter. We held them to like 32 points through 3 quarters. I mean, like I said, unfortunately, we gave up a lot of points, but to hold the team to 32 points in 3 quarters, I mean, that's right at almost 11 points per quarter. That's what you want. And that's what we've been doing. You know, I mean, we played Shelby County the week before that, and we held them to 17 points. So every game that we've played, to be honest with you, we're 5-3. Out of the 5 games yesterday, the 50 some points was the most points we gave up in a victory. Everything else has been 30 and below. So so my goal is to make sure we continue to defend. And that's what they're doing. They're starting to buy in. We got some guys that's playing real well offensively and defensively. We got some kids that's playing real well just on the defense. We got some kids that's not trying to know their role. So long as we continue to get better, I think we're going to be a pretty good team.
Going off of defense, besides that, what are like some key things you guys did to win the game?
Well, they kept their composure. You always get that. That's a key thing, especially like I say in a rivalry game. They could have very well, listened to the crowd, got to talking to people in the crowd, letting the people in the crowd kind of dictate how they play their game, kind of make them want to take shots and do things just to kind of please the people in the crowd, to kind of show that, hey, you know what, you could talk all this about me, but I'm finna show you X, Y, Z, and kind of become selfish. But they didn't do that. Like I said, they stayed together as a team on both ends of the court. They passed the ball real well. We didn't shoot free throws the way I really wanted us to shoot. We got to be somewhere over 70%. But we got a lot of key layups. We still miss a lot of layups, but we perform pretty well, man. I mean, like I said, just not defensively, but like I said, I'm going to always, if you ever talk to me, my first thing is I'm always going to be talking about defense, man, because I just think that, hey, without it, man, it's going to be tough.
Yes, sir. Last question: how did you and the team feel about the win against Calera, knowing them being y'all rival? Like overall, how did it feel?
Well, to me, it's just another victory, man. I when I look at film and when we play, I don't look at it as a rival game. I don't look at it as a game that, hey, you know what, this is a big win for the University of Montgomery Valley. I look at it as a win. I mean, it's a rival game, and you want to win rival games, but you want to win all games.
Yes, sir.
So I look at it as, we're blessed to win that game, like you say, in a hostile environment. But the main thing is, man, just seeing the guys perform and understanding that, for us to win, especially like I said on the road, we've now played. We 5-3. I think we played 1 home game, so we've played 7 games on the road. Even including the Thanksgiving tournament. So we haven't played home in 3-4 weeks. We got the next 3 games at home, but I mean, like I said, to be 5-3. And play 7 of your 8 games on the road really shows the maturity of these guys.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast with us, Coach Williams.
I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all, man, and thank you guys for inviting me.
Yeah, we'll be signing out now.